It's mostly about relationships. It's mostly about when people walk through the door for the first time, having a friendly face and a welcome, knowing that they've found the right place and they'll get some help.
The project itself started in 2010 as a response from the Methodist Church to question about where was the church in the new redevelopment of the district centre. When Asda's were being built and libraries were being put up, it was, well, what's the church's response to that? What's the church's role in redevelopment and regeneration?
We do all sorts of things in the community. We do community gardening, community cooking. We've got an allotment. We do an art group, a writing group, and we also run a weekly food bank. Social eating is quite an important part of what we do, bringing people together around food.
First come to Mount Tabor Church when a couple of friends introduced me to the food bank. It was then where I met Nick and the staff. I'm a Christian, but I'm not perfect. Nobody is, but I'm trying to change my life around by moving away. Nick and all the staff here are absolutely amazing. I can message him and ask for advice or on WhatsApp or talk to Ian on Facebook or, just really friendly and a really good service. And it's not just about food bank, it's about having friends and having people in the community to talk to.
It's helped and it's made me make new friends, new faces and somewhere to get me out of the house because I have severe depression. It gives me the get up and go. You've got somewhere to go. You've got friends to talk to. Friendly faces. You don't get judged. You're meant to feel welcome. So I enjoy coming.
Well, I think while we were in the business of making sure people had food, wanted to develop relationships and get to understand what people's lives are like. So listening to them talk about their lives became an important part of what we were doing, so that we could talk to others about the reality of life for people in poverty on the edge of our society. So periodically we have questions that we bring. So last week we brought a question about what were the best good news that people had ever had in their life, and I simply went round and had conversations with people about that, and also asked what right now would be good news for you in the context of today and what's going on for you.
Food Out Voices has really just been a way of, we want people to get their voices heard, and we didn't want to be the voice for people. We didn't want to filter that voice. Inevitably there's a degree to that. So we just try to semi-regularly ask people questions about life in general. Sometimes they're political questions, sometimes they're just more general questions. And we write down their responses and we print those responses and put them out on Facebook and Twitter and elsewhere. Not edited, not in any way as a judgment of what's been said for right or wrong, just as those are the voices that we hear. Because I think it's important that those voices do get out there, and so often they're not given a chance to be heard. And I think one of the other things that we've learned is that the church itself, I think, has been viewed as sometimes censoring people's voices. And so actually for the church to allow those voices to be heard and to say actually we are willing to hear, we're willing to listen, we want to listen, is an important message that the church can pass out to other people.
We actually want to sit and talk to people and find out why they're here and why they need us, and also how they want to build their community and their neighbourhood, because ultimately this is all about being neighbours.
I think we've learned a whole host of things, but I think most important is that the church doesn't have to do it all alone. And when the church involves other people, when the church involves that wider community, can do amazing things, and you learn and grow together. I think the only bit of advice I could give to anybody would be to listen to what's going on around you, to watch carefully what's going on around you, and to take a lead from what actually is there, to genuinely seek out God's mission in the place that you're at and the communities that you're in, and to actually look at what that means on the ground.